Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, our Let's Play series playing as Spain. In our last time out, we were able to take Sardinia from the Italians, so we finally have grown the Spanish Empire, and we are now looking at trying to take Western Sicily from the Italians. I do want to sign a peace treaty with the Italians before too long, so my thought process is take Palermo if we can. If the invasion fails, then we'll just offer peace and end the war and see what we can get in the negotiated settlement. The Italians are being overrun pretty much everywhere. Northern Italy, northwest Italy is about to become French. Eritrea and Italian Somaliland are also about to become French and British. And so the Italian, what's left of Italy is being overrun. I have no desire to see France take all of the Italian peninsula, which I suppose is in theory possible. That would make France, who is already much more powerful than us, an even bigger threat. The British are already big enough. They don't need to swallow up other parts of Italy. So really the goal at this point is to get Italy out of the war ASAP, and then we can focus on the other countries that we are fighting and sort of consolidate our gains. But I would like to take Sicily for ourselves. We do have a couple of battles currently in August of 1900. I think this war's been going for like 2 years now. But we have a couple of battles that are going to be fought. One's off the northern coast of Africa. And this is a weird conglomeration of forces. We get to control the battle, but it's actually a French battleship, a Spanish armored cruiser, a British torpedo boat, and a French torpedo boat fighting against a Portuguese battleship, a Greek armored cruiser, a Portuguese light cruiser, an Italian torpedo boat, and a Japanese torpedo boat. I don't know how any of these designs will fare. I do know that San Francisco is a Draga class armored cruiser with a trained crew, so I think that's good for us. It looks like the enemy battleship is green. Most of their crews appear to be green here, with the one exception that their armored cruiser does have a trained crew. The French crews are all green. The British are also green, so we've got the most experienced ship in the fleet. We also have some battles that are ongoing going to be ongoing off the coast of Panama. We've got a convoy battle against the U.S., a Spanish light cruiser and a British torpedo boat versus an American armored cruiser, light cruiser, and 7 transports. Our light cruiser is green. Damn it. I think your crew's experience atrophies. Atrophies? Is that the right? Whatever. Over time, I think. Because it seems like some of our crews that should be more experienced aren't. And then we also have a battle in Panama against an American light cruiser and 5 torpedo boats. But this task force is a British armored cruiser, a Spanish light cruiser, and 2 British light cruisers as well. Our light cruiser is regular, and that's the most experienced ship in that fight. So that's interesting. I also had a thought, if we can get Italy out of the war, I would concentrate my whole fleet in the North Atlantic off the coast of Portugal, because the Portuguese are in this war, apparently, allied to the United States. And I'm very curious if it is possible, I don't know if it is, but if it is possible to launch an amphibious assault against a minor ally, because I would love to take the whole Iberian Peninsula for us. And I'm curious if that would count as core provinces or not. I don't know if all of your conquests are basically like other population, or if home state population. I mean, I'm guessing home state population probably just equates to like the actual core of your imperial core. But I don't know if you can expand it or not. Maybe not. Germany is still a blank slate. Germany is the unaffiliated states of Northern Europe, I guess. And so that's a thing. Austria-Hungary is also in the war, and they're being driven back by the Russians. You can see the Russians are driving into Hungary. So there's that. But we'll see how that all plays out. The goal for this stream is to take a portion of Sicily and then knock Italy out of the war, and then move forward with this world war with a smaller opponent, I guess, or a smaller subset of opponents that we'll be fighting. We're going to start off with the battle off North Africa first. It seems to be the most interesting. We've got a battleship on each side, an armored cruiser on each side, light cruisers and torpedo boats. I don't love that the enemy outnumbers us slightly, And I also don't love that all of our ships, with one exception, are foreign designs. I think my designs tend to do better, but we'll see how things play out. So let's go ahead and jump in and just get off to a raging start with a battle here, and see how things go. They're green because they're untrained, P. Warner. I think you knew that, but in case you didn't. All right, let's have the armored cruiser join the battleship in this task force. And then the torpedo boats we'll have them screen, I think. Apparently I think my ships are colliding over there. Yeah, my torpedo boats are colliding. So what do these French torpedo boats look like? They are, oh, those are gunboats in kind of. They've got like this weird 5-gun setup here in the front of the ship. Actually, a 6-gun setup here. They have, can't see because of the smoke. Are those singles or doubles? I think one of them's a single and one's a double. Yeah, so 3 torpedo broadside. What's their tonnage? Max speed 31 knots, 400 tons. Bulkheads are maximum, so that's good, with spacious quarters, so that's also good. They're both the same design. The Draga classes we're familiar with that already for our armored cruisers. And then the French battleship has 11.2-inch guns. They look to be in Mark I turrets, so they're not super advanced or anything. They do have a pretty powerful secondary battery here. These are like semi-dreadnoughts, really. Looks like we've got a battery of 4 8.2-inch secondary guns as our second battery, and then we've got tertiaries. These aren't even casemates. These are out on the deck, of 4.2-inch Mark II guns. Looks like there's, can't even see how many. What, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each broadside, so like 12 of those. We've also got a whole bunch of, where are these guns? Superstructure based 3.1-inch Mark II guns. And then also 2-inch guns here in like the superstructure. Jesus, like up here. How the hell could you imagine firing a 2-inch gun from like, that's almost like the that's almost like where the fire control folks are in the tower here. That's pretty hilarious. The ship itself has a -5 beam and -11 draught, so probably not a very good gun platform. The pitch and roll don't look too high, actually. Standard bulkheads, which is a little bit concerning from damage control, especially if we strike torpedoes. And standard quarters, which is okay, I guess. Yeah. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I mean, our armored cruiser might be able to do okay, too. I don't know what the Portuguese battleship looks like. I didn't really look at it in detail. The armored cruiser's lining up behind. 19 knots for armored cruiser, 16.4 for the French battleship, so relatively slow. But let's see what the enemy comes at us. Getting ammo up there must be fun. Absolutely true. Your name is perfect for that, by the way. Absolutely hopeless. Like, that would be their prospects. All right, so we've got our torpedo boat set to screen, and it looks like the enemy's just charging in on one of them. It's an enemy torpedo boat. So I'm going to detach this torpedo boat. Why is he moving so slow? It's like he was almost stationary. I guess he was screening the task force, so he's probably matching speed. But let's go ahead and have both torpedo boats form up in a task force. I do not want Avon to fire its torpedoes. I hope it didn't just do that. Fuck, it did. I don't even see where the fish are. but it says no ammo for one of the torpedoes. Not for the double. The double, here it is. The double has a reload, so at least that, and that didn't fire. But the single one did, and that was a waste. It's even streaking toward our goddamn task force. But at least the enemy wasted their torpedoes, all of their torpedoes, by trying to torpedo my torpedo or boat. Woo, torpedoes crossing torpedoes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and swing this guy around. I don't think these fish are a threat. I don't think they'll hit the San Francisco, especially at that range, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye. I'm also like at risk of turning my torpedo boat into that fish. But I think she's going to cut in front of it. Yeah, that's not a threat. We're absolutely laying a bunch of lead on this torpedo boat. We've already put a fair bit of damage into her too. But our secondaries and primaries, like we're getting a good workout for our gunners. Can also slow down a little bit. Apparently I can't slow down. Not sure why. Come on. Let me slow down to get more accurate. Why can't I slow the battleship down? I don't understand. All right, we'll just cruise up along this side. All right, another enemy torpedo boat coming in. We already got a good hit on it. This guy's flooding is in bad shape. He might actually sink with these bulkheads here. Yeah, but it doesn't even let me order to slow down, P. Warner. Look at all that smoke. Warships sunk due to heavy flooding. Okay. I don't know what warship. Oh, it was the other torpedo boat. So we got one of them. And we got another one. There's also another enemy warship out this way. This would appear to be their battleship, I'm assuming. It could be an armored cruiser, but I'm thinking this is their battleship. And then who's over here? This is definitely a light cruiser. All right, let's do this. Let's have our torpedo boats. Try to cruise up ahead. These guys are at pretty long range. We actually have a 6% chance of a hit at 4 kilometers. That's got to be decent fire control. Can I really not slow this guy down? Why can I not make a change to their speed? I understand it would be slow perhaps, but strange that I can't make a change at all. The enemy should have a light cruiser, an armored cruiser, and then the battleship we spotted. Right, their light cruiser's firing at us. Doesn't look like he's actually trying to close torpedo range. Interestingly enough, he's only got a 0.6 of a kilometer range on his torpedoes, so he's got fast torpedoes, but that means short range. Also, listen to my damn orders. Avoid collision. Because the avoid collision thing doesn't work well. But when I order it... Also, yeah, your torpedoes are still off. So our torpedo boats have 1.2 kilometer range, which means they're slow as fuck. I'm trying to slow the battleship down. It won't let me. It is... Oh, now we can do it. Why can I do it now? I don't understand. So we've switched to full speed. Not flank. There once was a streamer named Matt. His problem is he never reads chat, but he still streams on Twitch. He thinks he'll get rich, but for good content is where it's at. Oh, wow. Hey, Charcoal. Is Wolfpack streaming right now? No? Okay. Here I thought, you know... Thought you were on my side, Charcoal. You were helping out with poles and stuff, and now you're just doing me dirty. All right, let's get the Avon up to this enemy battleship because no one's hitting shit. We're gonna try and swing around here and fire our fish. He'll do a prediction for the next fight. Okay. This is actually the armored cruiser in the van, not the battleship. Alright, so he fired early. I'm turning. So hopefully I'll miss his fish. It's gonna be close, but I think they'll miss. Yeah, they'll miss. Okay, good. And so then we will turn our torpedoes on. Torpedoes are turning ever so slowly. Dear God. See that we're traversing the tubes there. They're out. I only see one. I should have had two. Dud. Great. Alright, let's pause because apparently the other torpedo boat's getting lit up. And detach. Turn off. I thought that the 2 was the one that... I guess the 2 was the one that fired at the other ship. I thought it was just the single, but... No. They missed. Okay. The CL missed. Wasted a torpedo on, well, not me. Other thing to be concerned about? Those fish are gonna be a problem. So let's detach this CA and swing it back. I don't know what their range is. I didn't think they had quite that range. But I think we're safe now. Alright. Our other torpedo boat is coming up on the enemy armored cruiser. We could go for the battleship. The battleship speed is 18 knots. The cruiser's 21. I'd rather knock the cruiser out. Just so they can't escape. Alright, our first torpedo boat is sinking. Alright, pause. Those fish went past. So go ahead and turn. Let's go speed the armored cruiser up a little bit. Also, the enemy armored light cruiser, it does have fish that are able to fire, so we'll switch its fire. Ouch, Hauser. You guys gonna argue in chat all day? Wolfpack's great. Alright, let's turn the fish on. And I guess you can fire at whoever you want to fire at, but my recommendation would be to fire at the armored cruiser right there. I feel like that's a much easier target. And you're probably gonna die soon. So how about you get those fish out? Alright, at least one is out. That's a terrible angle. You should have turned it more. And it's a dud. And that was the only torpedo you had. So that was a waste. I don't know who you're asking, Ange, but I do like Wolfpack. Let's not start any drama here. Let's not create any streamer drama here. Okay? Wolfpack's great. Alright. Yeah, that torpedo boat's getting lit. Have we damaged this light cruiser at all? This is why I don't like their design, the AI designs. They suck. Alright. There goes our other torpedo boat. a flooding hit. But he started it. Mods are fighting in the chat. Okay, guys. You're supposed to set an example. All right. There we go. Destroyed funnel. Good hit there. Good hit. Good hit. Fire flooding. Torpedo detonation. Fuck. Our battleship is on fire. A lot of on fire. Our torpedoes blew up. That isn't good. I don't understand the AI's firing. And I saw this the other day when I sent you guys over to... Oh my god. Oh, we got the light cruiser. I saw this the other day when I sent you guys over to... And I'm terrible because I'm forgetting the name. But I sent you guys over to another channel who's playing Ultimate Admiral, and he was having the same issue where like the AI would not target the ship that was targeting. It didn't make a lot of sense. All right, so our battleship is actually taking quite a bit of structural damage. Fair bit of fires. We did start flooding on the Justice. The AI's ships are usually not very good at handling flooding. The Justice has standard bulkheads just like us, but that's a lot of flooding. I don't think it's going to sink her quite yet, but she's at least taken damage. Well, the flooding spread to another compartment. It is possible that'll do her in. The enemy light cruiser will have the ability to outrun us if they decide to leave. Let's do this. Let's shoot at the Reliance. The Justice might... I think the Justice is done. The flooding has spread even further. So get the Reliance while you can. There goes the Battleship Justice. We got her! We got her, folks! I think that was that the Portuguese battleship, I think? I don't know in what world the Portuguese in this era have enough money to fund capital ships in their fleet, but... Alright, boys. Target the one remaining ship. There we go. Nice hit. Overpen engine 1 damaged and flooding. Make sure she can't run. And also maybe just sink her. Alright, so this battle went a little bit better. I wasn't thrilled with our AI torpedo boats, but the battleship hung in there. The Iana. Iana? I don't know how you pronounce that. Aina. She hung in there. She fought well. Took a bit of punishment, but survived a pretty bad torpedo detonation. So the French doing their bit, you know, adding to the resistance. I think Reliance is like dead in the water up here. It looks like. Yeah, she's only moving at 0.1 knots. We must have knocked out all of her engine. Let's close the distance while we can. Finish her off. It looks like she took care of the bulk of that flooding. I suppose not moving probably plays a big part in that. The secondhand battleship store. It's like that model store, Charcoal, that I saw on Discord in, I think it was in Japan. Like, just row upon row of models. That place was nuts. Okay. He is underway again. So he's making 6.5 knots. I would imagine he'll try and escape. We do have a decent hit chance, and we are still closing. Our speed is 11 knots right now. We don't have a good broadside on because I'm trying to close the distance while we can. She is getting up to speed, up to 9.2 knots, so things are going to start evening out. So I'm going to swing out so we can try and get our broadside into action here, our full complement of guns here to try and slow Reliance down. Let's also take San Francisco out of formation here, crank the speed up, and get San Francisco out this way. Don't avoid, just go. Overshot on that. Yeah, but she's making 13 knots. I don't know what her max speed is with the damage she's taking right now. Can I see what that is actually? It doesn't tell me what modules are damaged. She might not actually have damage. She's a Greek ship, by the way. Armored cruiser is moving at 17 knots. The Reliance is moving at 16, so I think she's going to begin to outstrip us here soon. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead about 15 minutes because I spend the next 15 minutes basically trying to chase this thing down and being completely unable to. The battleship kind of gradually falls out of the fight, and their cruiser has surprisingly good accuracy and just sort of ever so slowly takes away our speed advantage and eventually reverses it, and then they get out of range. And it's really just us chasing them from the stern for 15 minutes, so we're going to jump ahead. Usually I have the speed advantage, but in this case we lost. They got away. Well, we didn't lose, but their armored cruiser of the Greek Navy escaped. I think we fought a Greek armored cruiser previously, and it also escaped. We did sink the Portuguese battleship. We also sank a light cruiser, I believe, of Italy, and then a Japanese torpedo boat, and I don't know who's. Maybe this was a Greek torpedo boat. We lost 2 torpedo boats of our own, but a pretty clear victory for us there. A pretty clear victory. So, yeah. 1 battle down, 3 more to go this turn. I mean, that's, yeah, true, but... All right, so it was a Portuguese battleship was sunk. Greek armored cruiser was damaged. Portuguese light cruiser was sunk. Italian torpedo boat and Japanese torpedo boats sunk. The weird thing is it doesn't look like the victory points when you have other allies in, like the Italians, for whatever reason, were the head nation in that particular battle, so we don't get any victory points for sinking that Japanese ship. Against the Japanese specifically, who we're also at war with. Can't believe the Portuguese have 3 battleships in their navy. That's crazy. All right, so let's take a look at these battles off Panama. Panama. All right, so the Cleveland class, or Portsmouth class, light cruiser, Cleveland. She makes 18 knots. Our light cruiser, the Vigilant, and the British light cruisers should be able to catch up to her. And then they've got 5 torpedo boats. So, battle! This is just a battle against the Americans. Off the coast of Panama. So we'll see if we can wipe these guys out. Northwest. All right. All right, we're going to have the armored or the light cruisers operate independently from the armored cruiser. I don't love that it's named Monmouth. That particular heavy cruiser did not have a good history, although this design's very different. She's a turreted one. I think the Monmouth was more of like a broadside. Or am I confusing Monmouth with a different ship? Was it Good Hope? I don't remember. All right, why are you guys... I didn't tell you to go that direction, did I? How about you go that way? Also, turn off the whole no collision thing. I don't care about that. I'm thinking of the Battle of Cornell. Wasn't there a cruiser named Monmouth there? Is the enemy going to run from us, or are they going to try and fight, I guess? That's the question. Obviously, their torpedo boats can escape pretty easily. Maybe they're not going to run from us. Oh, God. All right, so get the Monmouth broadside into play. Why are my light cruisers? Seems like my light cruisers are going pretty slow. All right. Torpedo boats are streaking in on the armored cruiser. The light cruisers are on the wrong side of the task force. So let's hope they don't try and torpedo me. I've got no cover here. They are possibly making a play for that. Why are you shooting? Okay. Hey, AI. Shoot at the near target. You are actually targeting them according to this, so shoot at them. They're definitely trying to get into torpedo range. We're going to turn away, slow down a little bit to increase our accuracy and maneuver speed. And I hear torpedoes. Are those mine? They are. They're my own. Which maybe that will cause them to turn before we get into their range. We're also going to have the light cruiser streak in front of the CL, or CA, which might act as a bit of a human shield tactic or cause us to collide with our own torpedoes, which you can do. All right, the enemy turned away before they closed. They all have the 6/10 range. Looks like it. CL must be out toward the rear. Wow, that was an inaccurate salvo, Monmouth. All right, light cruisers. Do your thing, guys. Like, don't you have rapid firing guns on here? You got 4.2-inch guns. You're telling me you can't aim with any of that shit? There you go. Your aim sucks, but at least you got the broadside in. Slow down a little bit. More accuracy. Monmouth is an RN ship. Hauser. Or it is a Royal Navy ship. One of the light cruisers is ours. The Vigilant, I think, maybe? I think. No one can aim for shit. And we're going to get torpedoed, aren't we? Oh no, there's nothing we can do. We're going to lose a goddamn armored cruiser. Well, this is a bad battle. All stop. Just try and save the ship. Hey, we put one into their biddle. Yeah, the AI ships kind of suck. She's gonna sink, isn't she? She has no engines left, by the way. All of her engines are turned off. We're gonna lose this battle just on... How are you guys this terrible at accuracy? This is why I hate allied fleets. They're worthless. Yeah, we pretty much are guaranteed to lose this fight no matter what happens, even if we wipe the enemy fleet out because of the armored cruiser being sunk. And we're going to lose a CL here. Man, they've got accurate torpedoes. They sure don't want to not blow up. What are the bulkheads on the town? Maximum, at least. So, in theory, maybe we've got a chance to not sink. The enemy's going to finish me off. We're dead in the water. Here they come to finish us off. If we run our ships at max speed after taking torpedo damage, the bulkhead damage will spread and they will sink for sure. I can't move the cruiser anyway. Surprised they haven't put a final fish into me yet. I'm sure they will, but it seems like they're taking their dear sweet time. They're just toying with me. They're just toying with me. There they are. Rip. I don't even want to play this battle. Like, I don't understand. Hey, we detonated their torpedo. At least one of them. Allied fleet equals auto-resolve. Yeah, that might have been a better result. We did have, I think, one... I think you have to have at least one ship in each fight for you to play, like as your own navy. But I guess that might be a better approach in the future, Sholo, if the majority of the fleet's allied, just auto-resolve it. I had hoped we would do a little better, and maybe we would have a chance of, you know, not all dying. Like, I don't... Our accuracy here is so bad. I don't get it. Vigilant, is this an Isle de Tortuga class? I think this one's ours. Are we gonna ram this guy? Ramming speed! Boom! We got a torpedo into the enemy light cruiser. She is sinking, I think. Close. Very close. Now she is. She's sinking. All right, so we at least got one of them. Just won 10 THG bucks pog. Yeah, what can you... I haven't even... I'm such a bad streamer, I don't even know what I've set up for using those points. I think highlighted text. That might be the only thing. Alright, get that one. Get that one. He's down. Alright, that torpedo boat's going down. That torpedo boat's going down. That one's running. Alright, so we got a couple other ships, but they definitely won the fight. What did we lose? A light cruiser and an armored? I think. Or maybe our light cruisers all survived. I think they all did. It was just the armored cruiser. I'm not going to be able to chase the torpedo boats down, so. The only positive to losing allied ships is that it doesn't matter, like, in terms of my fleet composition, you know. And the British have a few ships to spare. Maybe we can get this last one before it escapes. The Biddle! Flooding. More flooding. Are we just flooding the same compartments over and over again? Okay, she should be going down now. Yep, got another one. So a one torpedo boat escaped then, I think. And battle. It's a victory still? Okay. So we lost the Monmouth, which I guess actually was a very small armored cruiser. It was only 3,000 tons. And the enemy lost the Cleveland, which was 2,000 tons. So the tonnage was actually not, or I guess 4,000, was not that far apart. And then we got their torpedo boats were 400 tonners. So I guess we did nudge out a slight victory. The Americans lost 5 warships. We lost 1. It was a British warship too that we lost, so doesn't affect my fleet. And yeah, slight victory there for us. I'll take it. How did we only lose 18 crew? Did it not count the British casualties? Quit blowing up, you cowards. Anyway, whatever, I'll take the victory. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. So I hope you guys are enjoying our series looking at Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm out.